introducing. Okay, makes sense.
Yes. So, if with your permission, Archana Madam, can I start?
Yes, sir, sure.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Archana Ma'am and Mahesh Saib. Um, this is Dhirendra Rangari here, and I'm working with Maiskey Saab for many years. Uh, this is the second session on which we are speaking on this topic, and the name of the topic or the subject is failure of the Ambedkarite movement post Ambedkar era and its remedies or its way out. Now, if we sort of repeat this topic or subject, it is pretty self-explanatory. So, because it says a failure of Ambedkarite movement, it says the failure of Ambedkarite movement after Baba Sahib left us, that is the post-Ambedkar era, and then Maiskey Sahib and all the senior functionaries, why they think that the what are the reasons which contributed for the failure. We will speak about that. And as we all know, that no matter how many hours or weeks or months we speak about the failures will be less. But what is also sort of very important for all of us is what is the way out? What is the solution? What is the possible achievable solution, and what are the remedies in a nutshell, so that there can be guidelines set up to move further. So, but before we go there and before Maiskey Sahib join, there might be honorable members and activists and Ambedkarite activists who would sort of think or say that that the subject suggests as if it is pretty very aggressive. Maybe few will say that you with your own experiences have already decided that the Ambedkarite movement has failed, and you already stated that it is failed, and it is what are the reasons for its failure. For some people, they might think like this, and why not? We are different, we think differently, we had been conditioned differently, and we have come from different backgrounds. In the last event, Maiskey Sahib was speaking on this subject, but we felt it is important what the Ambedkarite activists around the world, what they think, what is their what is their perspective. Do they agree that we had failed, or the Ambedkarite movement had failed, or they disagree? So for that reason, we are today sitting together uh, to discuss it openly, and it is sort of a more interactive session, so that people and activists can come up with what do they think, and then Maiskey Sahib will sort of try to address their questions and the clarifications, and so it's basically interactive session. I will pause. I will let you digest, and then in the meantime, I will also check upon Maiskey Sahib whether he could resolve his issues, internet issues.
Thank you, Dhirendra, for putting brief overview about the topic and what we are looking for. Definitely, we are looking the solutions here, not the discussion. So we will find out what solutions that Maiskey sir is going to provide. last
Right.
time, but he talked about the different factor, why our movement are getting failure. And during
Yeah.
that time, we are not able to talk about the Mahabodhi movement also. This is also the live example in front of us, why that got failure. I mean, there are so many things got failed in the past, but now we know in front of, right. I mean, it is very new news, new issues right now. So we will touch base on that issue also. But we are looking for the remedies. We are looking for the solutions, now the discussions. So hopefully we'll try to get some kind of solutions from him and everybody can get agree upon it. Yeah. So
Okay.
let's wait for the sir, if you can join it quickly. We
Okay,
can
then I will
begin
mute
proper.
I will
Yeah.
mute quickly, and then I will try to find sir what is where he is now. Yeah, give me like 1 2 minutes.
No
Thank you.
problem. In the meantime, anyone has anything to announce upcoming October programs? If they want to do the quick announcement, uh, you are welcome to do that. That on behalf of Ambedkar Association of North America, I would like to invite you in the Michigan. We are observing Dhamma Diksha Day. We call also the Dhamma Chakkapavartan Din on October 11th, Saturday, from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. We do have a good RSVP number this time. We have a couple of local university members also joining the celebration. So if you are nearby areas, drivable distance, please do join and let us know. Or if you need any accommodation or anything, we will try to help you out. So it is on October 11th at Leonia, Michigan. We are observing 69th Dhamma Diksha Day. So you are welcome to join. Anyone like to announce, Sandeep ji, in Atlanta area? Anybody on the Chicago area like to announce? Please go ahead. Or New York, New Jersey area, Manish, anything happening? You are
Yeah,
welcome.
I think in Atlanta we have on October 18th.
Yeah, Sandeep ji,
Yeah.
please announce. Yeah.
Yeah. For Atlanta, for those people who are in and around Atlanta, in and around Atlanta, please do visit. We are celebrating here on October 18th. I think we also have, I think, decent number of already RSVPs done, but all are welcome. Please join. And I think there is in the DC area also, in the Ambedkar International Center, DC, Maryland also, I think on October 18th we have program. So people near to that, please try to join there too. So thanks, Mahaji.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Mahesh. Do we have time? This is
Yeah,
Praveen.
please go ahead, announce it. Yeah.
Yeah. Jai Bhim, everyone. This is Praveen Banarkar, and I am announcing this on behalf of ABAT from Texas. So we also have the Dhamma Chakra Pravartan Din celebration on October 25th in Dallas. So nearby people, please come and do join us on October 25th. Thank you. Jai Bhim.
Good. Yeah, it's a very grand celebration in the Dallas area. So I think, people around that area should join that program. Yeah. And we have the
Yeah.
well-known speakers are coming. The Jeremy Rinker is joining that program along with the Sumit Somos, right?
Yeah, correct. That is
Yeah.
correct.
So there are very good two speakers around the call. Will be present in person there, right?
Yes, in
Right.
person.
Okay. I do not see anything on the New York, New Jersey area. Manish, anything happening? Manish, are you on the call or any people from the New York, New Jersey area, because that's the central hub? If not happening, if you guys need any help, let us know. We're more than happy to support. And also, Vivek, do you want to announce the booth on the Diksha Bhumi quickly? Vivek, are you on the call? Okay, along with, on behalf of Anna again, there will be a Diksha Bhumi booth at the Diksha Bhumi, along with SCAN members. We are going to distribute a couple of books, Buddha and his Dhamma. Also, we are going to have the foreign education career guidance stall, Japanese language, education stall kind of information. It will be on the October 2nd, I believe, if I'm not wrong. So that stall will be there. So we'll share the booth number very soon. And we are doing this booth since long time. And we get the very good response from the local members and along with the local villagers in that area. So if you hear from us, there is a booth at Diksha, please do visit. If any members in India, they would like to go to the booth and like to serve some of their time, let us know. Or they would like to volunteer, we will assign to them. Okay, those are the announcement. Anything else? If not, Dhirendra, the sir is on the call.
See, so his laptop is having some issues, so I
But he can
asked
join
him
through
to
the
join.
phone.
Yes, so I gave
Yeah,
him the
yeah.
link to join from the phone.
Yeah, he can join. Yeah.
And I also gave him the meeting ID and the passcode. He read it, and I'm allowing him some time to join by
Yeah.
phone. Yeah.
Sir,
But
if you can join, sir, that will be great. You can join through the phone also.
yeah, I asked him to join through the phone. So, in the meantime, if while Sorry is joining, if any member would like to share their thought process on whether they agree on the failure or they disagree, or what they think, why did we fail? Please come up, because it is an open discussion. So we are going to hear each other.
Sure. So I have very strong opinion on this one.
Please go ahead.
So some people might not like it. First thing is like who distributes the certificate saying something is failed and something is like a passed. I think this certificate distribution process comes from or came from this. I don't want to say the name, but you know who are in the power right now, right? So it came from that philosophy, like from their strategy. They distribute certificate. This is failed. This is passed. Oh, these people, they are not going to go anywhere. Or like, oh, these people will never come in power. So we need to understand that. And I have seen recently, like even our people start using their language, even during like a subclassification and all these things. Anyway, we'll not go in that part. So it's not failure. We need to understand what is meant by failure. And in management strategy, we have one rule. We say like success is like from where we started and what we have. So in that manner, we need to see, or we need to evaluate like from where we started, where we are right now. In that sense, our mission is like a highly successful. I will say that nothing else means I haven't seen any other organization or group succeeded as much as our mission has succeeded. So that's my opinion. Second thing is politically, it's different. So in politics, I take an analogy of say one new guy coming out of university, he wants to join a big successful organization versus trying to join say entrepreneurial small organization, right? So all our political organizations, they were like entrepreneurial startup firms, and even many people from our own community do not wanted to join them. Rather, they wanted to join like established, successful political parties. And we are seeing it right now as well, like many people joining Congress instead of joining, say, RPI or PBA or BSP. So that's going to happen. But mission as such is highly successful. And the best example of it is like even the Congress and Rahul Gandhi, they are speaking our language now. So that's our biggest success. Yeah. And then we can discuss later again. I'll give a chance to others to speak.
No, and
Yeah,
I think,
Satyanath. Yeah.
please, thank you very much. I think I was just was it Gavande Sahib or like no, I just read your
Yes,
name, but
Gavande.
then yeah, Gavande.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gavande.
thank you thank you, Gavande Sahib. No, I remember your voice also, so thank you very much. I really appreciate, because you see, when I started, I started with this, that are we like coming up with this topic and saying, giving a judgment that already we are failed? Are we correct? So before we go to the other person, I mean, Satyanath, if you allow me, I would like to repeat what you said, sir, Gavande sir, that who has given us this certificate that we are failed? Who have stated that? Is it from the opposite side, our people who are trying to put this in our mind, or in our people's mind, that you are failure, you are failed, you are failure, like that? Or is it coming from our own intellectual, honest experiences and mind and experiences through our introspection of the movement post Baba Sahab? So, who is responsible for this analysis? So, here I will stop. Very good that I really appreciate that you did come and said what you feel from your perspective and from your knowledge and intelligence. Thank you very much. Over to Satyanath sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much. First of all, Jai Bhim and Namo Buddhaya. Yeah, well, failure has been particularly in the political field. And since politics, as Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar had mentioned, politics is the key that opens up.
Dhirendra, I'm here.
Right, Sahib. Thank you very much, Sahib,
Okay,
for
maybe
joining.
I'll
No,
start right
please,
now.
please don't stop, Satyanath.
Carry
Maiskey
on, carry
Sahib,
on. Yeah,
would you please allow us to carry on, because
please
Satyanath,
carry on, carry on,
yeah.
carry on.
So thank you very much, Maiskey Sahib, for joining. Satyanath, please go ahead and share what do you think from your side. Are we failed or did not we fail? Please go ahead. Yeah, we are hearing you.
Okay, in political field, we have failed. And that's because in the Pune Pact, Dr. Ambedkar's demand for separate electorate was not accepted by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, and it can be debated. They somehow convinced themselves that separate electorate would have kind of been detrimental to the unity of India or something like that. They cite the case of Muslims having separated from India and all that. But you see, we don't have our own representatives who speak of our interest from their heart and mind under this current electoral system, which is called plurality system, or also FPTP, standing for first past the post system. And alternative to that, which is now in about half of the world, is proportional representation system of election. And another, 25% of countries have adopted what is known as parallel system, in which they fill half of the legislative bodies with the FPTP and the other half by proportional representation system. So in our failure to understand this proportional representation system and pushing for it and achieving it, I think we have failed. Even Dr. Ambedkar was, it has been mentioned by some people that during his last year in, when he lived, like in 1955, 56, he was coming around to understand multi-seat parties, and through that achieve what he wanted was a separate electorate, because that would proportional representation allows us to achieve to enables us to would enable us to elect representatives who we would like to represent.
Yeah, thank you. So I think in a nutshell, Satynath sir, you are saying that politically we have failed. That is your nutshell. That is, and
Right.
there are different reasons for that, but this is what you think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very sorry to cut you short, but we understood you. So Sahib, before you joined, we
Yeah.
started the session and I opened the session to all the members saying
Yeah.
that do you think that whether we failed or we did not fail?
Yeah.
Number two, a very good point was coming from Mr. Gavande sir
Yeah.
today, that who has decided, who gave you the certificate that we failed? And as per him,
Yeah.
and he thinks maybe the counter revolutionary forces might be saying this, that
Yeah.
Ambedkarite people have failed, they have failed, and they have failed. So his question is, who decided that we failed? Is it from the counter revolutionary forces, or whether it is our introspection? So there he stopped, and then you already heard the failure. That we failed in politically we failed by Satynath. I pause, give it to you, over to you, Maiskey sahib.
Is that a query?
No, so this is sort of now, it is not a query, uh, but this is maybe you can address to Gavande sir, that who gave us the certificate that the Ambedkarite organization or the movement failed. How you say that? How do we say that?
See, it is what I personally feel, my experience, as far as my experience goes, nobody has certified as such. If you are very specific about that question, I will say nobody had really certified us that we had failed or passed. But like I say that we had failed because the point where Baba Sahib has left his caravan, did we take it ahead, or did we remain organized to take the task ahead? That is the parameter which I consider needs to be evaluated to decide whether we are going ahead, or of course, in the situation where there are counter-revolutionary forces, they will try to pull the legs. But that is not a matter of concern for me. What is more important is, like, no matter what the counter-revolutionary forces tries to do, if we remain united and try to take ahead the uh, objective which Dr. Ambedkar has set, if we are able to take the objective to the logical end, then I will say yes, we had succeeded in taking in we had passed in doing we have succeeded in doing our task. But in post Ambedkar era, if you see all the organizations which has come up, I'm not talking of political organization, but the social organizations which has come up, uh, ultimately they ended up with compromising with counter-revolutionary forces. And what I see is that this particular sort of compromise and surrendering to the other camps has given a big setback to the ideological framework of Dr. Ambedkar. Of course, that is my view.
Saib, something before we go into the detail of the ideology,
Yeah,
one of my very close friend, he asked me something very simple,
yeah.
and he said that Baba Sahib's mission has not failed; it has progressed
Hmm.
and progressed very nicely because we are the product of Baba
Hmm.
Sahib movement, and there are so many IS officers, IPS officers, and IT engineers, and where we were 70 years back, 80, 90 years back, and now where we are.
Okay.
What do you have to say on that? So, what was
See,
Baba Sahib's mission? That
okay.
yeah. So maybe you
Yeah,
understood then. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
See, what matters is how do you, uh, what are the indicators to count the mission? Is
Hmm.
it that professionally, to what extent the urban lot has progressed? Or when I say ideologically, there is a big setback, as I feel, with that, connection, if I try to define the mission or objective of Dr. Ambedkar, his mission was very clear. He had to establish liberty, equality, and justice. The question is it totally established today in India? Of course, this can be debated, but the manner in which social inequalities, discrimination, atrocities are still happening, and we are not able to not counter it, but then we are not able to reduce it. What does it mean? So simply, of course, I will again say that how you define the mission, in what terms the output you see is one aspect. But well, I do agree. There are a lot many professionals, engineers, doctors, IAS officers, and many more. But again, the question remains to what extent they have concerns to the legacy which Dr. Ambedkar has left behind. Did they collectively come together and try to establish liberty, equality, and justice? That is how I look at it. You may differ.
Okay. So you mean to say that that the mission, I mean, like the Baba Sahib strived all his life on bringing fundamental social changes. That's what you say, right? As per
Yeah,
Baba
yeah.
Sahib, when Baba Sahib clearly defined that what is my mission, so
Hmm.
he was pursuing for the fundamental social change in the society,
Yeah,
right? That is what you meant to say.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Governor Sahib, do you
We can,
also
we can
have to?
redefine the parameters. I am
Yeah.
not saying that what I'm saying is totally correct, but then let us first define, because all this discussion will reach to the proper end provided uh, we talk with reference to certain parameters. As I see what Dr. Ambedkar has strived all throughout his life, uh, the basic his basic approach was to reconstruct the society, and reconstruction of society on the basis of liberty, equality, and justice. So if we are discussing this particular issue at this point of time, we need to evaluate whether this vision, this mission of Dr. Ambedkar is complete today. Are we, in spite of good education, good number of professionals, are we able to bring in liberty, equality, and justice?
Okay.
That is more important.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
JVM, everyone, sorry. My name is Rahul, and
Yeah,
this is my thought. Maybe I'm wrong, you can correct it.
yeah,
So, first thing is what we are saying that we are fail or pass, as someone else has raised the question. So, the fail and pass, there should be a benchmark defined that, hey, like in our general exam, we have 100 marks, and they say
yeah,
that 33 is the passing mark.
yeah,
Now here we are targeting something which is well established from last 5,000 years,
yeah,
and we got this opportunity by Baba Sahib Ambedkar given from last 70 years. So the comparison itself or decision itself is, I think it is wrong. We are doing the great progress. As someone mentioned that we are the product of this Baba Sahib mission, and we are here. So that also is a great achievement for us that we are able to talk on this one. That is my thought. So we, there are areas definitely we are progressing. So let's say that we have 100 steps out of 100, we passed 33 steps. Now reaching to 100, it will take time. So we have at least reached to 33, which I feel it's a great achievement. Second point, what I feel is if we start talking that failure, our brain will start considering that or assuming that hey, we are failed. Now the moment we start getting that signal in our brain, we start walking out. So the people, if I talk here, I say that Ambedkar mission is fail. The people who were about to connect with us, they will start walk out. They will say, hey, this is fail. Why should I go there? So my request and thought is first we should stop saying that we failed. We are doing a progress. And that progress can't be done in a year or 10 year or 20 years. It's a progressive basically. It has every day we are doing a progress. As someone said that we have IAS, IPS, we are sitting in US, equal to them. And I don't think so that we have not done the progress. We did a great progress. Now everyone is having a very strong hold on the education, and we understand that education is the only one thing which can bring equality, justice, and everything. You can correct me. This is my thought, so I will pause
yeah.
here. So thank you very much for listening me.
See, all of us have, all of us will have different views, version, but to arrive at a common understanding, as we have rightly said, can we set some benchmark to evaluate the situation?
Yes. So one question here is to evaluate a situation. For example, we do qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis.
Yeah,
In this particular group, if we do qualitative analysis,
yeah,
it will always look like we have highly succeeded because qualitatively, if
yeah,
you talk to each person in this group, we are
yeah,
an example of how highly we are successful. In case of quantitative analysis now, like have you done any survey or have you collected any number based off which you can say that, oh, this was what happening in say 1955. This is what happening in 2025. So for example, if you say inequality, what was how big was inequality, say economic inequality between, say, scheduled castes, scheduled tribe, OBCs, and open versus how big is that inequality now in 2025. Then in case of crimes or other things, right? Do we have number like, okay, so for example, in say a state of Maharashtra or all over India, if these many
Yeah.
crimes are happening, out of that, what's the ratio of atrocity crimes?
Yeah.
And then what was those that number or percentage basically in 1955 versus what's that percentage now? So you need to do that quantitative analysis with hard numbers, and then what you are talking about, like, okay, we can decide the parameter, and based on that, we'll decide. So have you done that one, or has someone done that?
Yeah, what you say is true. We need a data to justify what we say. But as of now, I have not yet come across any such efforts.
May I say something?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
please.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the chat, it seems to be a matter of glass partially filled, whether it's half filled or 3/4 filled or very little filled, but it's certainly not fully filled. If it were fully filled, then we would be equal and we would have full liberty and fraternity and justice. But it's far from that kind of a goal. So, when glass is half filled, somebody can say that, oh, we have achieved so much, but somebody may say maybe dissatisfied that we have not achieved. I mean, to some people, it may not be even half filled. It may be just tenth filled. I mean, you are happy with a few IPS, IAS, and a few people in America sitting in America. So that may be 1/10 or 1% of what we could achieve. So it's you can't apply quantitative and qualitative analysis to this kind of social problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Hello, Jabim, everyone. This head Manish Vamanka. I also would like to add my point on this.
Yes, Manish.
Yeah, so first of all, yeah, the first dream about equality, justice, and brotherhood, that is the final goal of any society. That is, I think, the ideal and the best goal. But reaching there is maybe it may take time. So first of all, the way our society started with no education, no, we don't have any type of advantage when we started, whether it's a money wise, land wise, education wise, we don't have anything. So like expecting something without like from 0 to 100, it's not possible in 70 years. It's not possible, first of all. So
Yes.
like saying pass and fail is totally means like the race even not started properly and we reach on the goal. I don't think that is possible. I know some people are well educated or more literate on certain area and they can come out with their points. But see, as a society, it is not only one piece like education or some moments. It's a development of all and each and every person involved in the society, whether it's a woman, kids, person, and all the area which is getting impacted to us, whether it's education, whether it's a media, news, media, government, or justice system, a finance system, like where you have businesses, you have good control on the resources. So until as you don't have those type of control, or like you don't have that type of power so far. So like saying again, like we already pass or fail, it's not like a race like of like some person say like out of 133 or out of 135. It is far away. We just started, we just crawling, we just started understanding the values what Baba Sahib Ambedkar or Lord Buddha suggested to the society and expected from it. People are start adopting it. Like from like my family was little like like mixed culture, like little Hinduism, little Buddhism, and now slowly we're learning what is good for us, and now I'm capturing more on the Buddhism side and giving the same value for my kids. So that is one aspect. Second aspect, we are more focusing on education for girls, we are giving more education. Like we are not keeping that type of discrimination on education on the kids, like boy or girl. So that is also one aspect of growth. Political, now we can see a lot of political party coming up or adopting that Baba Sahib dream, whether it's a Samajwadi party or again, we are not going on the political point, but what I meant to say, people are adopting it. So it takes time. This is like a very long journey. It may take 30 years, it may take 300 years. We don't know. Only we know like that the what our final goal is more important, and we are moving that type. Like the way we can see in America now, a lot of people are celebrating Namachakra Pavarta Din or Baba Sahib Ambedkar Jayanti. This is a sign that we are growing. So, and we are going in the right direction. We are not like just doing other culture wise, like disturbing other community or not celebrating properly. We are going in the right direction. So I believe we need to give still more time for each sector to grow properly, and maybe again it may be not 50 year, maybe 70 year, we don't know. Maybe after that we can reach out like how our growth is happening. But I'm still optimistic that things are going in the positive direction. Maybe slow, maybe it's fast. It may take time, but I think we're still going in the right direction. That's what I believe. Yeah, here I would like to stop. Thank you.
Fine.
Thank
Can I
you. I
speak?
mean, yeah, please, because it's open discussion. Everyone needs to
Yeah,
has an equal
yeah.
chance. Yes, go ahead, please.
I've been listening to this discussion for a while.
Yeah.
Look,
So it's Harish
I'll speak.
Sukhdeve Sahib, right?
Yeah, I'm Harish Sukhdeve, Harish Chandra Sukhdeve. Uh, uh, about parameters of success or those things, but I'll give some example about the Buddhists, because there is no data in census also, caste-wise data, so we can't really speak about the progress of SCs, STs and all that. So religion is there. So when Baba Sahib took Diksha and when he I mean, we are the first generation immediately after Baba Sahib's Mahaparinibban. We were just kids. I was 3 years old, I think, and many of you are maybe second generation, right? So when he took Dhamma Diksha, Savarkar, Veer Savarkar, wrote an article in the Kesari, Diwali Visheshank, and he I should thank him for setting some parameters in that his article, and while criticizing Baba Sahib Dhamma. So what he was saying, what he wrote was, well, Ambedkar did left the religion, but what he got is nothing but another sect of Hinduism. So there is no change of religion as such. So that was okay. That was from his point of view. But he went on to say that what is going to happen simply because they have changed the religion? Are they going to be respected in their village? Are they going to be just welcomed with garlands and all that? After all, even after going to their respective villages, they will have to depend on the higher caste people for their bread and butter. That was one thing. Another challenge is through was is the yeah. Another thing he said is, are their meals going to change in kind of some kind of a mezwani? I mean, a multi-course food or something from the whatever they get left over in their plates. That was one another thing he said. And are their huts going to be converted into palaces simply because changing the religion? Savarkar wrote this on 30th October 1956, 15 days after Baba Sahib's conversion. Now, even visually, if we consider these as parameters for progress, then what is the situation? I mean, it is all visible, and it can be seen. But more than that, as for 2011 census, analysis done by indiaspend.org. Many times I mention this in my speeches and in my books also. What they found that among all the religions, Buddhists have progressed on three parameters very well, much ahead of others, economically, in terms of employment also, and in terms of gender ratio, which is very, very socially crucial parameter. They wrote about this so far as Buddhists are concerned. And among the Buddhists, they said this has better happened in the central India. Now, central India is predominantly inhabited by Ambedkarite Buddhists. There are no other Buddhists. All traditional Buddhists are on the periphery of India, not in central India. So we have progressed. If that is if we have to compare the parameters and these things. And so far as our experience in politics, I think we have been successful briefly in doing a lot of social engineering in UP. We faltered on the way, but then we should introspect what went wrong, and maybe we can regroup and realign and find some solutions. But I will say, from my own personal experience, example also, because I was a product of reservations. I don't know. I was good at studies, therefore I can't say whether reservations alone has helped me. But after my first generation dependence on reservation or whatever, I no more need those Baisakis at least in my family. So that is also an indicator of progress. This is the case with many of you also, and that way, and still, we are fighting for reservations. We are fighting for education. Why for? Because we know, we are aware that there are our brethren not as fortunate as we have been, and we will have to keep fighting for them. And that is also a very good parameter of success, that we are aware of our history and we are helping others to change that. So I think, in my opinion, that is a good indicator of success. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you for that.
Maiskey Sahib, you're muted. So if you want to speak, you have to unmute yourself. Maiskey Sahib, you're muted. You have to unmute.
Well, as Mr. Sukhdeve has rightly said, that on certain fronts, we had gone much ahead. But I still feel that, are we able to uplift the society? Did we ever think in terms of bringing in the desired social change which Dr. Ambedkar was looking for? I'm sorry, because I'm speaking to all intellectuals and studied people. I find most of the highly educated people, I may be wrong, but it is my observation, had taken good education, but had become more self-centered when it comes to thinking in terms of resolving the social issues. I'll again say, please excuse me to say so, but this is my crude experience. Because after all, the social change is something different from what a particular section of the society has gained, unless that gain is not translated into the vision, which into the mission which Dr. Ambedkar thought of. We may have many more highly professionally educated people, many more many more IAS officers. But to what percent to what extent this number is with respect to those who are still deprived of, in comparison to those people who are deprived of. So I think it is not that we should only think to what extent a small section of the society has progressed, succeeded, or gone ahead. Let us have a very holistic thought process. Like I had become engineer. I was I was in a big position. But then did I ever go back to my village and found out my own family or my own village people whether they are getting all those facilities which I have enjoyed? So if at all we are thinking in those terms, it is not any single person amongst us who can really do it, but there has to be a combined efforts, and that is what I look ahead, that unless we the beneficiaries, I will say we are the beneficiaries of Baba Sahib's movement. So unless the beneficiaries come together to fulfill the mission, till then the quantum change which we look for will not happen. So, well, though we have progressed a lot as far as professionally concerned, but then let's have a holistic thinking. That is what my feeling is. And while making a holistic approach, we'll have to again draw the parameters and certain benchmarks. Of course, as somebody has said, that it will take a lot of time to what we are talking of and expecting as of now. Certainly, any social change is a time-consuming process, and it is not also very clearly visible. It goes in a very silent way. But as far as time factor is concerned, I personally feel the matter can be slightly speeded up, provided all of us collectively decide on certain issues, we freeze on certain parameters, and evolve a holistic model. Otherwise, on the other hand, if we see there are counter-revolutionary forces who are all out to destroy us, and we are doing nothing. So if that is the case, simply expecting that it will take time, it may take 70 years, it may take 100 years, I feel that is not a right approach. Well, if we make some collective efforts with a predefined model, then probably what we talk of, which is going to take 100 years, may happen in 50 years. So basically what I have been thinking all these days is that all the beneficiaries, it becomes the duty of all the beneficiaries of Ambedkarite movement to make a collective effort, find out the areas where we are lacking, and make some efforts. That is what my way of looking at the things are. Yeah, that's all.
So I agree with your second part, okay, but I don't agree with your first part.
Yeah.
So your first part is again the language of counter-revolutionary forces. So what they have done is, like, if someone has succeeded at the personal level, right, they try to defame that person. For example, okay, से मराठीमध्ये सांगतो की अरे शिकलेल्या लोकांनी समाजाला दगा दिला फॉर एक्झाम्पल, किंवा कोणी साहेब झाला तर तो तर काय साडी माडी गाडी काय बाटली त्यामध्ये अडकला. ही ही लँग्वेज आहे, ही काउंटर रिव्होल्युशनरी फोर्सेसची आहे. इन्स्टेड ऑफ क्रिटिसाइजिंग सक्सेसफुल पीपल इन अवर सोसायटी, वी शुड सेलिब्रेट देम. कारण सेकंड पार्ट सोबत मी अग्री करतो ऑफकोर्स, बट फर्स्ट पार्ट की कोणीतरी शिकून समोर गेलं तर शिकलेल्या समाजाने धोका दिला, यू हॅव टू थिंक ट्वाइस बिफोर सेइंग सच सेंटेन्सेस. आय थिंक एनिवे त्यामागे
Gawande
डिफरंट
sir,
पॉलिटिक्स आहे.
Gawande sir, if you don't mind to
Yes.
stay in Hindi, that will be great, because the
Okay.
Satina ji doesn't understand Marathi. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stay in English. So we need to understand like from where it is coming again, right? So okay, my thought process got disturbed now.
No, so you wanted to say
So first thing is
that
like if so.
Yeah. So no,
Yeah, so-
yeah. If your thought process got, I can
Okay,
repeat
I'll
it if
continue.
you
It's no
want.
worries.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if someone is successful, instead of like celebrating his or her success, we are like defaming the person, saying, "Oh, the educated person has like betrayed the society," or "Oh, the person who became, say, for example, either IAS, IPS, or any engineer, doctor, whatever, he has built big house for himself, but he hasn't donated money to society." I think all these came from some political organizations which wanted big donations. That's how they started defaming this one. Anyway, that's a different topic. But thing is, even there is one scenario in one of the movies in which when communists they were fighting for equality, and then one of the person he realized that there will never be an equality among human beings, because some people he used the word like a blessed, but some people is going to be blessed more than others. For example, someone is going to be taller than other person, someone is going to be like a fairer than other person, or someone is going to be even you can see like since birth, someone is going to be more intellectually focused than someone focusing on more on a sports or other side, right? So there isn't going to be equality among human beings. That's why it makes us human beings. But expecting that someone who has made progress, then he hasn't helped society or all, this is again counter revolutionary language, like language coming from those forces. So we need to keep that one in mind.
I would also like to add few points if allowed.
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first thing about the speed, when we are talking about like 30 or 50.
Can you please let us know your name, because there are many participants and I am not able to.
First name is Manish Vamankar. Yeah, Manish Vamankar.
Manish. Yes, Manish Vamankar. Yeah, Manish Vamankar. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my point is like speed. Okay, as we discussed, it's a really big topic when we're talking about like 140 crore people population where we're expecting samta, bandhuta, justice. It's not that easy, especially like Baba Sahib Ambedkar community, like 13%. If you go percentage wise, even we expected all 13% converted to Buddhism and following those values. We can't expect until it's all other community, whether it's a ST, OBC, and even general community also expecting that they should also come up with us on the same board, because it's a social revolution. So we can't exclude certain group from the people. Again, they're different, they have different thought process, I agree. But when we are achieving like justice, equality, or samta, bandhuta, and nyay, it is everyone need to be on board. Only 13% people can't bring the change. Even maybe, I'm sure Baba Sahib Ambedkar may be also aware about this point. Like only even say 13% yes, Sikh people get converted and vote only one party will bring the change. Not possible. Every ST, OBC, other community also need to come on board. They also need to leave their old whatever like a blockage they have about the other things and coming to this like the expected like growth. It's very important to bring everyone. So change may be slow or fast. It may take time because now we are 30% people not well convinced with the idea, like whether they are following Buddhism or those idea. It's hard to bring other people also, but it will take slow process. And like I remember Javed Akhtar's one dialogue or one line. He says like in history books, if we turn just 2 page, we come from 1600th century to 1900th century. So it's really hard. Like it's a long process to continue that revolution. Again, everyone want the speed up. Everyone want the results should be faster. But there are so many economical and financial changes also happening on political level, economic, like on worldwide level. So with catching up all those things and then catching up the momentum will, and depending on politics also, like the way political parties currently going on, it may sometimes slow down. It may be maybe after 20 years, maybe political party will be more convinced toward this idea. So then maybe speed will be more faster. So ultimately every part of section, like whether it's on the religious point of view or education point of view or finance point of view, everyone need to be focused and keep working on it, whether the speed is slow or fast. It may take time. The more important thing should be like idea should be clear. We should know what really we want to achieve, because sometimes the environment is not good, so things will get slow down. Maybe after 10 year environment will be very good, so things maybe get faster. So things are like, and even like you can say political point or like other people community like Yadav community, they are also coming up with this idea like what we are thinking or Baba Sahib think about it. So I'm still optimistic, but yeah, speed is again point of discussion. But I think everyone need to be stay positive on that side and keep moving on. That's it. My like I would like that was like summarize this way. Thank you.
So I think like more or less, Archana Madam, maybe we have almost consumed our time. And when I was reading to the notes or messages, chat messages, I see many people have wished to have another session where sort of we can speak now more on consolidating our efforts. What can be done together now? Okay, we agree on both sides. Some areas we progress, in some areas we did not. But as a whole, our Samaj today is under very deep water, and our situation politically, socially, educationally is not good. So what solutions? I think we have to sort of speak a little more on the solutions. How we can come, what can be done, what has to be done. What do you all think? I'm just asking you all because I was reading in the chat. Maybe in upcoming sessions, if there is some time um, given by Vasnik Sahib and Archana Madam and the ANA organization. What do you say?
Yeah, definitely, Dhirendra, we will give more time on this, but right now we are out of time. But
Yep,
at the
yep.
same time, as Maiskey sir is on the call, we just want to hear from him the analysis that he has done, served in the multiple organization, and he is also on the ground level. He
Okay.
see the people, as we know, because we are the professionals here, some IT professional, automotive professional, other, medical professionals. So they are busy and they are active. Their side, their professional life. But Maiskey sir is actually on the ground, meet with the people, go in the public meetings, go in the public forum, meet with the thousands of people. So Maiskey sir, as a conclusion note, as you hear all the fact, what are the discussions we had here. So what you would like to conclude, sir, this session? And if you need more time, we can take it more further to the next level. Yeah.
No, I think let's not arrive at any conclusion as such,
Okay.
because it's a very short duration that we are discussing this issue, and certainly all of us have different opinion and must have. It's a good thing that we hold different views. So this particular issue has to be thoroughly discussed, and then only see, because if I make some inference, if I draw some conclusion, it won't work unless we all are committed to a particular decision. And to arrive at a particular decision, let us have some more time. And I don't know how many of you had spoken on this issue today, but everybody should speak out. Everybody has different experiences and exposure. So it is only after threadbare discussion we should arrive at some conclusion. The topic is still open. Let's keep this topic open and have a session for longer time. That is what my suggestion is.
Thank you. Satyanathji, conclusion comment?
Yes, as I mentioned in the beginning, politics is key to power in all various spheres of life. So politically, if we lose completely in the hands of RSS, BJP, we know that they are closing down most of our schools, and they would make it impossible for us to get into higher education as well, and even the lowest, primary and secondary education. So, in political field, I think we have to recognize that proportional representation system. If you allow me 2 minutes, I could briefly explain it to you. It's a in this one can take a whole state to be think of a whole state to be one constituency, like in UP, 400 seats in the whole one constituency called UP, and the percentage of seats going to any party will be same as percentage of vote that it collects. So Mayawati ji collected, like in last this the assembly election, something like 14% or maybe 9%. I'm not sure. I think it was 9%. So 9% vote would have translated to 9 times 4, 36 seats. Okay. Likewise, some other caste parties, if a caste happens to be just 1% of the society, and most people vote for the leader of that particular caste, or maybe 2-3 leaders, then 1% would get 4 seats. In order to get 1 seat, they would only need 1/4 of a percent of out of the whole state. So that would enable us to elect our own people into positions of power. And I can speak much more, perhaps, if you organize another session in which we talk particularly about election systems. So that's all that I can say right now. And we need to think about this more. Unfortunately, I have thought of writing. I was in the middle of writing, but I'm not able to finish it in the book. But I can kind of summarize it in one session, in maybe half an hour or something, of what it entails. Okay, that's all that I can say for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Satyanathji. We will definitely provide more time on that. But Dhirendra, do you want to conclude the session on today's topic?
Well, yes, thank you very much. I won't take much time. And what we intended is to let all intellectual come share their my thought process and what they think. And as rightly said by Maiskey Sahib, this is a topic, this is a situation where we are needs more discussion. And what is important is that we arrive we have a consensus. Unless and until we have a consensus, we won't be able to collectively work. And to have a consensus, we have to listen and hear to each other. People might have less experience, people might have more experience, but the consensus has to be there. Yeah. And from there we can devise, and from there we can derive a solution together. And once that solution is devised and derived, and then we can implement it together with the putting out all our resources. We have resources, good amount of resources. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Maiskey Sahib, and thank you very much, Anna Group. Over to you, ma'am. Archana, ma'am.
Yes. Anyone want to say anything?
Can we have one more session of this? And I would request Maiskey sir, could you please think and just let us know if we can assign some task for us so we can collaboratively come and then we can find some solution, because you are the kind of a mentor for us. So we want to know from you, and you have faced all the difficulties what you're facing there. We are not aware of it. What are the challenges are coming forward? So can we have one more session, please? Thank you.
I suggest if we are planning for another session, let us have it for a longer duration. Like this 1 hour or 1.5 hours will not be sufficient. So let's plan for a longer duration. Plus, uh, uh, try to involve more people in this in such discussion. So that's something fruitful we can derive out of it.
Definitely, sir. We will try to do that. The only thing is that sometimes some people is very hard time to sit in front of computer that long hours sometimes, and some people may be driving and they're listening kind of. So we need dedicated people who need to understand the situation. Yeah. So definitely we'll do that next time. Yeah. We'll find the date and time. We'll let you know. Yeah. But today we would like to conclude the session. So Archana ji, please go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. That was a nice, interactive, and engaging session. And with this, we conclude our online Buddha Vihara.